Welcome back. In this lab, we are going to do the practicals for entity permissions. We will start by creating a new catalog. We'll extend the usage permissions of that catalog to the another user. We'll create a schema on that catalog. Will that extend the usage permissions of that schema to the another user? We'll create a table inside the schema. Then we'll create a view over that table and extend the select permissions of that view to another user. Lastly, we will create a function and will extend the execute permissions over that function to the other user. To start with, there are some prerequisites to this lab because we are going to create a new catalog and Unity catalog is required to be able to do that. So as a first step, we will need to create a new Unity catalog. Thereafter, we need another user to which we will be extending and testing the permissions after granting those for the catalog, schema, view and the function. So we need another user in the Azure account. Then we need to add that user to the Databricks account, thereafter to the Databricks workspace. All these steps are out of scope of Databricks Data Engineer Associate certification, so I will be skipping those, but I have provided the links to all of these activities here so that if you are interested then you can go and learn all of these. Quickly I can show you how to create a new user in the Azure account and the rest of the steps. So if when you log into the Azure portal, you can go to the user services and then click on new user, add new users. So I have added two new users to my Azure account, data analyst 1 and data analyst 2. After the new users have been added, we need to add these users to the Databricks as a Databricks user, for which you can switch to the manage account portal of Databricks to be able to manage the account. You should be a Databricks administrator. When you switch to the Databricks account, you need to go to add users and group option to be able to add new user. Once that has been done, you need to go to the workspace admin settings and add a new user to the current workspace. For that you should be workspace owner. Once you click to the admin settings as shown here, you need to click on add user button and add users. I have added both of those users to the current workspace. To start with, I have logged in with my users. So one user which has the permission to be able to create new catalog, Sachin Goel, and the another user is my data analyst user. I will be creating the objects using this user, Sachin Goel user, and will assign the permissions to the data analyst user. I have opened another user as the guest mode, you can see, because it's unable to log in with both the users in the same Chrome tab. Let us start with creating a new catalog. So I'm creating a new catalog using command create catalog if not exist. This is my catalog name. I will execute this command. So the catalog will be created but will not be visible to the data analyst user until the permissions have been provided. Let us verify that. I have switched to the data analyst user and I'm trying to say use catalog and the catalog name. I have got the error as expected, permission denied. Let us switch back to the Metastore user, Metastore owner, and let's say use catalog. So this is my default catalog for this notebook, and now let us grant the permissions to the data analyst user. The permissions has been assigned. Let us switch back to the data analyst and again try to switch and select this new catalog. I am able to do that. Let us again switch back to the MetaStore owner user, and this time I will create a new schema with the name my schema. Create schema if not exist. Again, we have not granted the permission for this schema to the data analyst user. So when I switch back to the data analyst and try to use this schema, I will get the error permission denied because this schema is not visible yet. Let us switch back to the MetaStore owner and grant the permission to data analyst to be able to view this schema. I should now be able to view this schema as data analyst. Let us switch back to the MetaStore owner now. I will make this schema as my default for this notebook. And now let us create a new table. I am creating a computer accessories table which has 4 columns: ID, part, color and quantity, and I am populating some of the records into this table. Once this table has been created, I will use select star from the table name query to verify the records in this table. Let us execute this query and we are able to see the data, as we are the data owner of this table and we do not need any explicit permissions to view this data. Let us now create a view on top of this table. The definition of the view is select ID, part, color, and we are aggregating the quantity as summation of quantity as total quantity from computer accessories group by ID, part, key. The view name is gold table, gold total computer accessories. The view has been created. Let us now see the records of this view. Yep, this works as expected since we are the data owner for both view and the table. It is referencing. No object level permissions are therefore required for us to be able to view the data. Let us use the 3 level statement to view the content of this view. So the catalog, then the schema name and the view name. We are able to use the 3 level namespace to view the data in this view. Now let us switch back to the data analyst and try to access this view. So this data analyst does not have the permissions, so we have received this error as expected. Let us switch back and grant this data analyst the permission to this view. Grant select permission on the view to this data analyst, this email address. The permission has been granted. Let us again execute this statement. Now the data analyst is able to view the content of this view. Remember that when we grant the permission to this view, the view executes as the owner of the view. Now let us try to execute the definition of the view directly. Remember that the access to the underlying table was not provided, so we received this error. This is interesting because Databricks is now being able to protect our data in the table. So the data analyst is not directly able to access the table data but through the restricted view. So the error, user does not have the select permission. Let us switch back to the MetaStore owner and create a function. So I am creating a function concatenate part which takes toString as an input and concatenate them. The function has been now created. Let us test this function. I am passing keyboard and blue as toStrings which has been concatenated. Now let us grant the execute permission on this function to data analyst 1. The permission has been granted. Let us switch back to the data analyst and test the access to this function. This is successful. So the data analyst is now able to use this function. In the last, let us drop all the objects that we created as part of this lab activity. We are using drop catalog, the catalog name, and cascade, which means all the objects within this catalog should be deleted or dropped. The query is executed. That's all for this video. Thank you.